I just stepped out of a school board meeting you're not going to want to look away from. It was a SOGI Myth Buster to drive away the concerns many parents have with the progressive sexual orientation, gender identity programs that are sexualizing our kids in schools.
You call yourself a superintendent. That's terrible.
At 12 years old, I would never even have known about that stuff. So times have changed since I was younger.
Leave the kids alone!
We're trying to wonder why Rebel News cares. Thanks.
Andrea Humphrey here with Rebel News. You're not going to believe this report. I'm standing in front of Mission's Clark Foundation Theater because Mission Public Schools is putting on a SOGI Myth Buster to relieve the concerns any of the parents who have been speaking out against the sexual orientation gender identity programs like in Western Canada, SOGI's 1, 2, 3, that among other things is confusing kids about their gender and paving the way for sexually explicit books like the ones you're seeing on the screen to be normalized in school libraries.
The fact is that our school district has comprehensive policies that guide teacher librarians when selecting books for school libraries.
Among other things, the speakers say that if you don't like SOGI 1, 2, 3, too bad. It's a human right.
Parents will say, how come I can pull my child out of sexual health classes but not out of SOGI education? And the answer to that is because SOGI inclusive education, it's human rights, and that's the difference.
And I also speak with the superintendent of Mission, Angus Wilson. At least I try to.
Classic fake news, thanks.
Classic fake news. Do you have any proof to back that up, sir?
And therefore, SOGI inclusive education is essential for every child.
If you have questions, write it down. I'll come around and grab it on my way through next time.
Why did you do it that way? Why did you do it normally? The normal person.
Excuse me, we gave a presentation at the beginning explaining why.
We said it fair. We got to give you credit. Everybody. Stop with this sexual indoctrination.
Please have a seat. Please have a seat. We are not against LGBT community. We love them. But they are used their wrong name. They put things on their shoulder and try to shoot that. They are doing wrong. So we are protecting our children. They can't teach wrong thing to our children. That's why we are against it.
I happen to have grandchildren in this school system, and I would like to know why 5-year-olds have been sexualized.
No facts are really true. No even one.
This whole process has been very disingenuous. There should be a proper discussion of what is going on and age-related. And the other thing that I've done is some research on how impressionable youth are and how they are reward-oriented. And so if you're going to give them the reward of being in an exclusive club and they're included and nobody else is, that's a big social incentive for them to want to be a part of a gay club and all this sort of thing. So they're very disingenuous in the way they're bringing education in. They do not inform parents.
I'm for SOGI.
All right.
Okay,
For what?
I wanted to learn more. But yes, I am for it, and I'm really disappointed with the turnout of the people who showed up against it and their the way they acted. I don't think this was not the platform for it. They were the school district and the city. Well, I guess not really the city, but the school district essentially was trying to give people information on it, and people came in droves with a very, very negative stance on it.
It's preventing genocide. Yeah, I think so too.
So these are considered SOGI inclusive learning resources that are approved by SOGI 123 to be in middle school to high school across Western Canada.
They would use this as information.
They call it a learning resource. So you've never tasted yourself. What? No, you. Wait, you have? Haha, of course. You should try. And so they try. Here we have an actual sexual act with what appears to be kids. The visual, they're talking about it. You can see that this child has a strap-on penis, and the child is performing things like that. So do you think it's okay to stand for something that would approve something like that for kids?
I don't approve those images for sure. What I do approve is the ability for children to decide on identity and other things that go with SOGI, but definitely what you just showed me, I definitely do not approve of. I have a 10-year-old son, and I would not want him seeing that.
What would have been one of the questions you would have wanted to ask?
I'd ask them about the books that they have, because I tell them we know that these books exist in your libraries.
Just answer a few questions for the public. I can play it in long format if that makes you feel better. But I just wanted to know, why did you choose to go paper form? That's a major complaint here. Maybe you want to speak to that.
We're trying to wonder why Rebel News cares. Thanks.
Why is it important for you to be here today?
Well, first of all, our questions aren't being answered. I sent emails to the Abbotsford School District. Nobody answered my questions, and I even sent questions to the Chilliwack Board Trustees. My questions didn't get answered, and I think that's something that's common among all of the parents that are concerned about this, is that they're being censored, they're not being answered, and we saw that here today when they shut down the board this meeting just after 30 minutes, right, of it even running. Nobody got a fair chance to get their questions answered, and when I talked to the, superintendent guy,
Wilson. Angus Wilson.
Yeah, he didn't answer my questions. I asked him specifically about books that we see in the elementary school curriculum, like Genderqueer, It's Perfectly Normal. And he was like, well, this is the book that I read. He deflected the question to something else and didn't answer it. So that's something that's really concerning. And then he said, oh, it's provincial, it's higher up, go somewhere else. Ask your question somewhere else.
Well, the superintendent may have turned his back on me and you, but Rebel News will not stop bringing you the other side of the story of sexually progressive sexual orientation, gender identity programs like SOGI 123. To find out more and to take action by signing our petition that will be delivered to all of our ministers of education, go to stopclassroomgrooming.com. Again, that's stopclassroomgrooming.com.